Prior to the pandemic unfolding in 2020, a group of individuals were hard at work planning for what they believed was an inevitable pandemic that would cripple the world and result in the loss of millions of lives. On October 18th of 2019, 15 global leaders from business, government, and public health got together at the Pierre Hotel in New York City for a tabletop exercise to simulate what would and should take place if this type of scenario were to actually unfold. They called this event 201. The exercise consisted of pre-recorded news broadcasts, live staff briefings, and moderated discussions on everything from how governments should collectively respond to the crisis, to how businesses can continue to make money. They discussed how, with all parties working together jointly with public health, that they could stop or mitigate the theoretical pandemic. We can all agree that being precautious and planning for horrible things that could possibly affect humanity is noble. But the reason why people believe that this group had some sort of a hand in planning the pandemic is because of how closely their simulation mirrored all of the events that would take place only a few short months later. Event 201 simulates an outbreak of a novel zoonotic coronavirus transmitted from bats to pigs to people that eventually becomes efficiently transmissible from person to person, leading to a severe pandemic. The pathogen and the disease it causes are modeled largely on SARS, but it is more transmissible in the community setting by people with mild symptoms. Their simulation sounds an awful lot like what unraveled during the actual pandemic, doesn't it? The pathogen and the disease it caused was modeled after SARS, just like they said ours was. It also came from bats, and they even called their virus a novel coronavirus as well. There is no possibility of a vaccine being available in the first year. There is a fictional antiviral drug that can help the sick but not significantly limit spread of the disease. This sounds a lot like ivermectin or hydroxychloroquine, to drugs many doctors claim could help but were outright demonized by our country's medical institutions, as well as the mainstream media. And there was no vaccine during the first year. The groups who put on this event in conjunction with the Johns Hopkins Center for Health Security were none other than the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, as well as the World Economic Forum. Other partners or donors include the World Health Organization, the Rockefeller Foundation, the Centers for Disease Control, and the FDA. Not only does the simulation match everything that happened with the scamdemic, but the groups behind it are all corrupt in their own way. Was the Event 201 simulation really a plan to pull off the entire pandemic on purpose? Or was it just a coincidence that these individuals planned for the exact thing that would happen just a couple of months later?